To further discuss his decision is Congressman Ken Buck. Congressman, thank you for being here. Trump is talking about mass deportation. Biden seems poised to limit asylum by executive order. Which is the better necessary approach?
Michael, all of the above. Frankly, we have 1.3 to 1.5 million people in this country who have already been adjudicated that they are here illegally. And ICE is not looking for them, and ICE has been ordered not to look for them, and they need to be deported. So that is a mass deportation. I'm not suggesting 12 million people right now, but there are 1.3 to 1.5 million who should be deported. In addition to that, we need to stop the crisis that is occurring at our border and stop people from coming across the border illegally, coming into this country, claiming that they deserve asylum, when in fact they're coming here for economic reasons. They can't point to a specific harm that they're leaving their country for. So the Biden plan was the old Trump plan, and what President Trump is talking about doing now is enforcing the rule of law.
How realistic that anything can get done shy of executive action, which the president could do on his own, given that we're in the thick now of this presidential campaign?
There will be no legislative action on immigration. It's sad, but true. Our legislative system is broken right now when it comes to very difficult issues like immigration. It's going to take executive action. It's going to take a remain in Mexico policy. It's going to take a renewal of the deportations to the countries of Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras. It's going to take the kinds of things. It's going to take finishing the wall, frankly, in order to stop a lot of what's going on right now.
Congressman, let me switch gears. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. I know you have strong concerns as to the status of the war. Speak to those, if you would, please.
Well, as a Republican, I'm embarrassed that my party is holding up funding that absolutely needs to be made to Ukraine to let them fight the Russian invasion. It is ironic to me that we just have been dealing with a memo issue that involved Russian disinformation in this country. We're now also dealing with Russian disinformation about the war in Ukraine. There's many parallels about how Russia is infecting and affecting the politics of the United States. We need to get past that. We need to understand the threat that Russia has and is to the European countries, our allies, our trading partners, those who share our values much more than other countries around the world. And I'm really ashamed that the Republican Party doesn't step up, recognize this threat, and support the people of Ukraine who are fighting, who are dying in this war.
It seems, as the point I just made about the debate that we were having over migration and the border crisis, that this is yet another issue that's trapped in the election cycle. Do you see any prospect that anything changes relative to Ukraine defending itself against Russia between now and the election?
I do. I think it has to change. It would be a terrible burden for any Republican candidate to take into the election cycle to be blamed for the mass loss of life that will occur if Russia takes all of Ukraine, and the threats to our NATO allies, and a war that none of us want to see, a world war between major nuclear powers. So I think that we have to move. And the Senate moved. They have passed a bill. It will be in the House. There are many procedural mechanisms to get that bill across the finish line, but that bill has to move. And we have to support the people of Ukraine with the weapons they need to fight their own war.
Congressman Ken Buck, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.